White House kitchen. So if you notice, okay, today we're having barbecue nachos. We went to our favorite local barbecue place called Oinkies and got some barbecue sauce and pulled pork because I needed some fast and easies. I have white American. We're making nachos, barbecue nachos. We're gonna make a cheese sauce in the blender. So if you notice, the lid has dots all over it from the dishwasher where we traveled from, because we like to use rinse aid here. And some other things, like this knife also has some. Use rinse aid if you're dishwasher. Okay, so back to the plan. I'm your weird friend. I say weird things. I don't always say what the captions say that I say. We're going to try to quickly get this done for a fast, delicious, and easy dinner. So, here we go. I forgot to get the sour cream out. I weigh the cheese. So, my recipe is white American. I use the off-brand singles from Walmart. I weigh them. I just, open up like 6, 7, 8. I actually have no idea how many, because I weigh it. I try to get roughly 4 ounces if I'm doing like 6-ounce base of cheese. I cut these up and make them a little bit smaller so that it's easier for the blender to get her done. It pulses as it heats because I put this on the sauce function for our cheese sauce. What I like to do typically is start with my creamy cheese. Now, if you're making more for more people, feel free to double, triple, whatever you need to do to get your ratios. So we're going to say roughly I've got 4 ounces. I actually have 4.23. I'll just add this. I need 6 total. We have 5.75. That's going to be close enough. I'm going to do 3.5 ounces of milk. I'm winging it because I don't feel like getting my cheese back out. And I'm going to add the white parts of the green onion while this cooks in the blender. I will spare you the blender noise. But I usually do a 3-to-1 ratio in ounces. So if I'm doing 6 ounces, I'll do 4 and 2. I guess that's a 2-to-1 ratio. Typically I would do 6, if I do 6 ounces of the white creamy cheese, and then I would do 2, it's usually 2 ounces of the flavored cheese. Now, my flavored cheese is really just cheddar, so kind of doesn't count on my ratios. You could do whatever kind of cheeses you want. But when I say flavored cheese, I forgot to clear this out, and now my brain needs to work. 8.5 ounces. Okay, I need 3.5 ounces. That'll roughly, a little over 8.5 will get me to, there we go, not too thick to pour. And if it is too thick to pour, I'm just going to add another splash or 2, splashy splash, measure in 2 tablespoons if you want to, and then you could pulse it yourself. Okay, so we have 8.61 ounces. This scale, it has been used and abused for years. I love it. Still works. It's older than I have been a consultant. So if I have, we're going to cut our green onions. I'm just going to roughly chop the bottom parts and add that in there for flavor. So when I'm telling you I do like a 2-to-1, 3-to-1 ratio on flavored cheese, if you have access to, there's a roasted garlic cheddar that's delicious. There's also a ranch and green onion. It's like a white cheese that's really good. And then pepper jack. I'm a pansy, which is the reason for the ratio. Now, I want some Flavor Flav. We have garlic rub here. I also have a backup. I subscribe to Taste Buds, so I like to get my seasonings discounted and with free shipping, and that's what I do, is just add it to my Taste Buds box. Garlic and herb. So depending upon what you're looking for, roasting some veggies or throwing them on the grill and adding that, because garlic goes with everything. And then I have not 1, not 2, but 3 onions, because this is the shizzity shiznickety and goes with everything that may be something sweet. So we'll call it 4 onion because I already added some. And just do like a million shakes of it in your cheese sauce and you're good to go. Really does go with almost everything. Okay, the rest of this is I'm just going to get the garnishment basically together for green onions, which, don't get me lying, it adds flavor and I like it. The hubs likes it a little more than I do, because I actually, as much as I have loads of 3 onion, am not the biggest like a raw onion fan, but I like it cooked, and I do like to season with it. The other seasoning, I'm telling you about the seasoning, so if you need to switch up your Flavor Flavs, you could use the French onion seasoning for our dip. Is so good and versatile. You can use it with more than sour cream. If you're trying to get more protein in your diet, you could do a plain Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, or do a half and half mix of sour cream and Greek yogurt for a dip. It also is great on pork chops, especially if you do like a sour cream baked pork chop situation. That's delicious. I might have tried it. It's great if you want to put a little flavor on the outside of like a hot ham and cheese or grilled cheese to layer your flavors. I'm not going to cut my finger. I'm just going to get real close to it for this last little onion here. So, talking to you about hot ham and cheese and grilled cheeses. If you like a little extra flavor, and you have our smoked Gouda, which I think has been discontinued, which is sad. And we have the French onion. I like to put it in the butter. If you get your butter all warm and awesome in your pan, add a little seasoning to it, and it will flavor the outside of your bread and your sandwiches. Now, this is our tomato knife. I'm just showing you a few products here. I personally really love the cup slicer for tomatoes, especially for speed. This is really great for like the bigger ones. Next up, let me tell you, if you have super squishy cherry tomatoes, I would skip the whatchamadoodle cup slicer, but it is very awesome. I like a medley for more color, by the way, if we're going to talk about the way I prepare some stuffs. Now, I'm going to reheat the barbecue in a micro cooker. I'll get it here in a minizzles. And I will add some sauce so it doesn't dry out quite as much. Cup slicer. Let me put this on here. Just like milk. Okay. And turn it on. I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on so that it's ready to go when we're done. I forgot to get the 2 turntables and a microphone so that you could hear me better. I'm going to turn this to sauce, but I'm not going to turn it on yet because I don't want to blast you. Gotta remember to put this in the Frigidaire. Okay, cup slicer. Now, pro tip. I say pro tip. It's just because I might have squished this up in my glasses before, and on the counter or the cabinets, and sideways on the counter using the cup slicer. I cut the tops off, which means the juices are going to squish out, but I stuck them all upside down like you would a strawberry, and on a napkin so that maybe it will absorb it as I go down. Now, a rocking motion is really pretty good for blades like this, much like our quick slice, because you could do a whole bell pepper on it and just rock it on down. Some of these are a little thin. I'll just throw them in here. So now these are ready for when we have our chips in the plate, and I pour sauciness all over it. And by sauciness, I mean cheese. I like cheese a lot. So let me show you the last thing I'm going to use here. And don't mind me, I'm just going to take everything out of the cabinet so I can get to it, because I'm like a product hoarder. With an H and a D, hoarder. In case it got that wrong. Okay. On the auto captions. Micro cooker. We're going to throw some of this up in here. Pulled pork in here. I'm trying to not lose the whole thing, which is why my hand is here to block it from the whole cup of sliding out. Shake it like you mean it. Like a Polaroid picture. This is just to top our nachos. Now, next thing I do want to tell you is you can make a pizza with the pulled pork, barbecue, or if you want to do more like if you don't want to use the barbecue sauce and make this very barbecue-y, you could do more like a taco seasoning or mild sauce if you leave the barbecue sauce off, because I haven't put it in here yet. Now we're going to do barbecue with some of the taco flavors and sour cream. I just didn't get it out yet. I'll add a couple of spoons of this on top. Sometimes I stir it around, and then I heat most meats or anything I put in the microwave. Husband taught me this. Everything on 50% power or less, but for like twice as long, until it's warm, so that maybe it doesn't dry out near as bad, and or a little more maybe consistent heat. so you don't have super hot spots. Don't 100% quote me on that. I think that's the way I interpret it. Seems to do better for us. Now I'm gonna bang bang on the door. Just kidding. That's a song. All I gotta do now is lit it and put it in the microwave. I will wait until this hits like 80-ish degrees, maybe 100. It's gonna go to 176, and then it's gonna tell me to add stuff in on the sauce function where it heats it. I only go to 176. I do not add anything in on most dairy-based sauces or cheese because it's a stainless steel bottom. And it's going to start to not scorch it, I wouldn't think, if it keeps moving it. But you're going to have a brown bottom if you don't clean it off every so often. Now, it does have a heated cleaning cycle. I'm just warning you because it's cheese. And you don't want to get it that hot or the milk because it will start to get on there unless you break it down in layers. Okay. Heated wash is one of my favorite functions on this, and sauce, because I can set this and it will cook and do its pulsing, and I'm on a different circuit over there with the microwave where I'm heading that you can't see for this, so that we don't blow a breaker, because you know big appliances need more electric. Anyway, word for the live is going to be nachos or nacho, whichever. Message me the word nacho to be entered into my monthly giveaway, and I think that's it for tonight. I will try to post, I usually try to post this sped up really fast in stories every time I do a cooking show. And I like to post like a picture if I remember to take one, because I'm not always the sharpest tool in the shed and I'm hungry. I'll try to post a picture with the sped up video, so if you couldn't hang out the whole time, then you can watch quickly. Okay, so I'm missing the sour cream. You don't see that, but I'm gonna let y'all go. Remember, message me the word nacho or nachos to be entered into this month's giveaway. It's okay if you catch the replay, still message me the word. There's a link in the description. I'll for real stop talking now because I'm hungry and I need to start all the appliances. I will